What are you most proud of that you worked on there? I know you did a lot with Cena, and that was kind of the rise of John then. But
Yep.
what when you look back, what do you look back most fondly being involved with, storylines that during that period?
So my job was to manage SmackDown. So, he was actually a lot more patient with SmackDown on a lot of ways than he was with Raw. So like John Cena is a perfect example. Like we brought John in, and John used to talk about Johnny Boots and Tights. He was a guy with different colored boots and tights every week. But when he did this Halloween rap, when we were in the UK, and I've heard 16 people take credit for who heard it and where they put it on. But what got John over in that character was the consistency. And every week I would pit in the show, John does a rap on X, John does a rap on Y, and I would tell John, hey, here's who you're working, here's some ideas, and he would go off and write it, and he would just do it. And for the first 6 months he would do it, and Vince he would just let him do it. And then I remember he crossed the line on one line. I remember John was the first person to ever mention the XFL in a negative tone in that company, and it was 2003, and the pain was still fresh. It was actually WrestleMania. He did it on the Heat, and I remember this goes to the Vince would like to see you. So that WrestleMania, which was at Safeco Field or whatever, the Seattle Stadium. So Gorilla was in either center field or right field. And Vince's office was on third base. And so it was a 20-minute walk to Vince's office. And there he is. He's wrestling that night. And he's fucking jacked up. He's in his, his black pants and his wife beater. And he goes, what the hell was that XFL line? And he goes, from now on, I need to know everything he's going to say. No problem. I took it on the chin. And, I went back to John. And he goes, okay. And we learned. And, like that kind of process to let John ascend, but also in that same period, Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio and a lot of guys, just being able to help facilitate and a lot of this job is shepherding. It's the same what I've done with Nick. Nick is wholly talented and a large part of this process, but we all need producers. We all need somebody to say yes or no or try it this way. Yeah. And it's one of the things I'm proudest of is coming up with, the ability to take a talent like Nick, who when he took the chance on us and vice versa, he was out of the business. He had decided, well, maybe this isn't for me because I don't fit. And, so just like with Cena, to give Nick this opportunity, and he's made it his own, and he's as much an author in this, in the NWA story as anybody else.
Wow. As far